Welcome to the show, folks. Today, we're diving into the idea of choosing a life partner over just a casual prom date. It's about looking past looks and surface-level fun to build something real.
I'm excited about this. So we're talking about rethinking our dating criteria, right?
Exactly. It's like, we often start by wanting someone who can light up our social feed, but when it comes to long-term commitment, those initial
Yeah.
flashiness factors just don't cut it. We're really emphasizing qualities that sustain relationships over the long haul.
So what qualities are we really looking at here then?
Well, Logan Urey, who's both a behavioral scientist and a dating coach, lays it out pretty clearly. It's about, loyalty, kindness, emotional stability,
hmm
and a growth mindset. You gotta think, can I make a life with this person, not just have a fun date?
That distinction is important. It's almost like comparing a highlight reel from prom night to a full-length documentary of life together.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, while we're dazzled by the flash of the prom date, we should be really asking if this person can help us, say, handle life's tougher moments, like taking care of our folks or, even showing up when we really need them.
And that's where relationship science really comes in, right? Using research to cut through the noise of superficial traits.
Right. And remember, the work of folks like John Gottman offers us insights into what really makes relationships last. His research, outing couples in labs and even studies in apartments, uncovered patterns that separate the masters from the disasters.
Yeah.
It's some pretty eye-opening stuff on communication and handling conflict.
It almost sounds like relationship success is less about finding the perfect person and more about, finding someone whose traits fit into a proven scientific model of happiness.
Absolutely. And that's one of the journal's big takeaways. The things we obsess over initially, like looks or wealth, don't bear out as much in the long term. Instead, traits like emotional stability and constructive conflict resolution really drive relationship success.
Right. Look at it this way. That prom date might be ideal for that one wild night. But when you need someone for those everyday decisions, like say, what to cook during a power outage or how to handle a sudden emergency, it's a completely different ballgame.
Exactly. And there's also an interesting point about how our criteria for a partner haven't evolved much since our high school days. We're still using the same checklist that worked for a quick date at prom, not for building a life together. It's like, come
hmm
on, we're not in high school anymore.
Right. The shift in mindset is fundamental. But isn't it hard to rewire that mental checklist when society constantly bombards us with superficial cues?
It definitely is challenging. And that's why there's so much buzz around tools and approaches that help you see what's truly important. For instance, products like the Gottman Relationship Advisor or even relationship coaching courses provide structured guidance on these deeper qualities.
Yeah, makes sense. Speaking of which, what do you think of wrapping practical relationship tools into this science? I mean, using, scientifically validated advice to navigate love seems promising.
Absolutely. It's like having a map when you're venturing into unknown territory. The Gottman products, for instance, aren't just theories. They give you step-by-step digital programs to assess and improve your
I get that.
relationship. They remind you that it's not just about the sparks, but about building a sturdy emotional home.
I totally agree. And while some might argue that a focus on long-term attributes could get a bit too clinical or, formulaic, I think understanding these patterns is exactly what we need in today's dating scene.
You raise a good point, but here's a counterthought. Some critics might say that reducing love to a list of traits, like loyalty or kindness, could miss the magic that spontaneity brings to relationships. But
Right,
then,
yeah.
what you're really doing is making sure that the everyday, reliable parts of your partnership are rock solid.
So it doesn't mean you have to lose the spark. It just means, being realistic about what's needed when the honeymoon period fades.
Exactly. And let's not forget, the research indicates that factors like similar interests, while fun, are less important than the ability to weather life's storms together. This is about having someone who can grow with you, not just share a hobby.
It sounds like it's a call to shift from short-term gratification to long-term fulfillment. Almost like investing in a quality that compounds over time.
That's a great way to put it. Invest in a partnership that matures and deepens. And in practice, that means paying attention to, say, how your partner handles conflict or supports you during tough times.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are the qualities that make a marriage work.
Right. And with all the dating apps and fleeting matches, it's refreshing to have some guidance that prioritizes building a reliable, deep connection.
Absolutely. And Logan Urie's perspective, especially with her book How to Not Die Alone, really flips the script from a night of fun to a lifetime of comfort and growth. It's like advising us, go for the life partner,
Correct.
not the prom date.
And I love how she backs this up with solid data from relationship research. It shows that while physical attraction can kickstart a date, it's the underlying character and stability that carry you through the roller coaster of long-term life.
Exactly. Exactly. And, the beauty is that these insights are not just academic. They're being applied in matchmaking, coaching, and even digital tools that everyone can access today. This marks a significant cultural shift towards intentional relationship building.
On that note, what do you think about the idea that our initial impression might blind us to long-term compatibility? It seems our modern culture glamorizes instant attraction almost too much.
Yeah, it's really like, recall how we pick our dinner partner just because the food looked delicious, but then ignore the fact that they might not hold up to the test of a
Right.
busy weeknight. Similarly, a person who seems perfect in pictures might not have that reliable, steady side when things get real.
That analogy makes it super relatable. It's like opting for a gourmet meal every once in a while versus having nutritious fuel every day.
Exactly, exactly. And the research backs it up. Superficial traits tend to overvalue short-term appeal while undervaluing the foundation of a good long-term partnership.
So, if someone were to ask, how do I know if I'm choosing a life partner over just a fun date? What simple question would you suggest?
Great question. I'd say ask yourself, can I make a life with this person? It's a shift from asking, do I like this person right now? To, will we together navigate the ups and downs of life?
Yeah, definitely.
That question can really pivot the whole perspective.
I completely agree. And for those who are already in relationships, these insights can be really transformative in how they manage conflict and nurture growth.
Absolutely. The approach is not just for the dating stage, it's a blueprint for continuous improvement in any long-term relationship. That's why tools like Gottman Relationship Coach offer guidance on improving communication, understanding destructive patterns like the Four Horsemen, and even building a sound relationship house.
That's crucial. It really is amazing how a confluence of behavioral science, practical tools, and a shift in mindset can bring a fresh perspective to dating and partnerships.
Totally. And when you think about it, our modern dating culture really benefits from this, moving beyond that superficial checklist towards something that truly enriches our lives. It's about
Yeah.
investing time in someone who not only makes you feel good today, but also ensures you're both prepared for tomorrow.
And that's the heart of the message. Stop falling for the fleeting charm of a prom date and instead seek that reliable, life-enhancing connection.
Exactly. And it's a message that resonates, especially in this day and age, where we are inundated with quick matches and instant gratification.
Right, absolutely.
Building something real takes time and deliberate choice.
Before we wrap up, do you think that this shift in focus is happening fast enough, or are people still stuck in their old ways?
Well, it's a mixed bag. There are definitely those who recognize the value of long-term traits, and then there's the counterpoint where instant attraction rules the day. I respectfully challenge that notion, though. The evidence from relationship science is pretty compelling that investing in deep compatibility pays off.
I see your point. And perhaps the continuous stream of data and successful case studies from matchmakers like Logan Urie and researchers from Gottman Institute help tip the balance in favor of long-term thinking.
Absolutely. It's like gradually rewiring our dating brains. And even if the shift is slow, every conversation, every success story, every product that emphasizes long-term health is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, indeed. Well, this has been a fascinating conversation. really shedding light on how we might approach relationships more mindfully.
I couldn't agree more. So for anyone out there still hooked on the prom date appeal, give a thought to the life partnership model. It's all about sustainable happiness and enduring support.
Right on. Thanks for such an engaging discussion. It's a reminder that choosing wisely now can pay off exponentially in the years ahead.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and remember, build your relationship on deep values and watch how it grows, step by step.
Until next time, keep building those meaningful connections.